Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host, Corporate Cheese Pizza, here with my fucking suit and tie on. And welcome back to Let's Play some more Gran Turismo 3, the Ultimate Driving Simulator. I literally just got home from work at my new job not that long ago, and there was nobody here, and so I was like, oh my god, I have free time. Let's go do some shit. And so I came in here and let's go, man. I have not filmed anything in like 2 weeks just because everything's been so fucking crazy. I'm still trying to get adjusted to everything, and the fact that I'm wearing button-up shirts and ties to work is something that was never happening ever. I've literally worn shirts, you know, stuff like this more in the last 10 days than I have in my entire life. And that is, I'm not saying that to, you know, to generate a rise. I've literally, like, in the last 10 years alone, I've worn like suit and tie or like business casual / business formal like literally twice. And now in the last 10 days I've worn it virtually every day. And not to say that's a bad thing, like I feel like a fucking $1 million minus the food poisoning that I had yesterday. But it's exciting, man. Like it's fucking crazy. Like this job is a lot. Like I knew the stipulations going in that it was going to be very mentally taxing trying to get up to speed on everything, because I've never worked in the car industry before. I've never worked for BMW at any time in my life. And so, you know, trying to go from minimal knowledge to, you know, product specialist caliber knowledge at lightning speed is really fucking hard. I mean, they basically, as soon as I walked in, you know, they got me all, you know, all readied up, you know, getting all my, like, logins and stuff for all the different services and everything. And they're just like, all right, man, well, we're obviously not going to have you working with customers yet because you don't know what you're doing, but we want you to start, you know, just learning all the, you know, all the features of the cars and get as familiar with all the models as you can as fast as you can. And so, and then when you feel like you're ready, then we'll get you out there. And it's like, oh my god. And so it's just been like this fucking cavalcade of, you know, going out and, you know, and like being on computers and studying all the different models because there's a shitload of them, and studying all the features, which there are a shitload of them, and going out on the lot and test driving cars, which has been so much fun, by the way. Oh, that has been arguably the coolest part of all of it, is some of the cars that I've been able to go out and drive. Like, I got to drive, I'm trying to remember what model it was. It was like a 740E like influencer model that's like $98,000. And it's got like these fucking crazy gesture controls in there where like you can control like the instrument cluster and the like the touchscreen console and all that stuff. You can control it just by doing like these motion controls with your hand and doing like these specific commands and stuff, and you can like change the songs and like input certain things into your navigation with it, and you can like turn off the display and do all these crazy things. You can accept calls, you know, deal with like push notifications and all, and like turn up the volume and turn down the volume and all sorts of stuff just by doing little gestures with your hands. You don't even have to touch anything, dude. It's fucking cool. It's so much fun. And I've actually gotten to deal with a couple of clients. Like, I wasn't technically ready for it yet, but they had questions, and so, you know, they're just like, all right, you ready for a dry run? And I'm like, no. They're like, well, you're gonna do it anyways, you know? And so I just had to like fucking wing it. There was a person that came in with a 2019 3 Series, and they were like, hey, so I need help getting my, you know, connected drive app set up with my car. You know, and there's some other questions that we have about, and I'm like, dude, I haven't even gotten to this fucking model yet. Like, what the hell am I gonna do? And I'm just, you know, they just kind of give me the whole baptism by fire thing, and they're like, all right, well, let's see what you can, you know, see what you got. And so I had to go out there and help her, and I'm just sitting here about ready to have a fucking heart attack. It's like, dude, I'm not trying to have her think that, you know, I don't know shit about shit, even though technically I don't at this current moment. But it ended up being okay. Like, I was only able to, you know, readily answer one of her questions, but I was like, you know, give me a little bit of time. You know, I'll go in and oh god, it didn't really work out very well there, but now we're good. Sometimes you just gotta do the turbine. But, you know, I was able to, she was perfectly cool with me, you know, doing the research and then giving her a call back later on when I had, you know, the answers that she was looking for, and it was cool. Like, I was afraid that my first one, where that type of, you know, that type of scenario comes up, she was gonna be one of those people just like goes fucking crazy, like, how the fuck, how are you a product specialist? You don't even know anything about the products yet. And it's like, you know, it's like, well, dude, I'm on my fucking 5th day here. Give me a damn break. You know, when was the last time that you started a brand new job and you knew fucking everything in a couple of days? You know, but it's all good. It's very exciting. And now I'm just I'm working towards, you know, getting ready to help actual clients, and then, you know, continue doing my fucking bajillion training modules. I've seriously done just like a couple hundred of them already. Like, it's a lot. But I'm slowly working my way towards getting that initial certification where I go to Palm Springs and go to like the legit training course where they do, you know, the whole thing where I get to test drive more cars and you know, actually be a certified BMW genius. And that's gonna be awesome when I can get there. But gotta walk before I can sprint. So, unless you're one of those crazy psycho people that learn to run before you learn to walk, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I'm sure there's probably been anomalies out there. Like these babies that are like, you know, 10 or 11 months old that, you know, they go from crawling to just standing up and then just going on a fucking full-on Usain Bolt speed sprint. And then Michael Johnson was born with his fucking gold shoes. Who's to even know? But yeah, dude, I just, you know, I haven't been able to really connect with you guys in a long time, and I feel bad because, you know, obviously you guys are wanting to see some content, and I've felt absolutely terrible that I've not been able to get in here in any semblance at all over the last, you know, couple and a half weeks, just because, I mean, especially in the first week alone, I would get home from work and I would be just fucking exhausted, like mentally and physically and emotionally, and just and like the only thing I really could withstand doing was just like laying on the floor and just like needing a beer all the time. But now I've kind of calmed down a little bit. Like, the first day was really hard. The first day was tough, like, obviously because I was, you know, really hard at work trying to get up to speed on stuff, but just like the emotional part of it, like, this is my first day going to work somewhere that hasn't been Salem Health Foods my entire life, and like answering to somebody else is a really daunting task. But they've been like really cool about it, I think, because they, you know, they're aware of my past with my other business, and you know, so they know that it's obviously going to be kind of a process getting used to doing something else. But they're all just like really cool people. There's definitely a couple people that I work with that are kind of douchey. Like one of the sales guys, he's like literally on his phone, like on Tinder, like half the fucking day. And that dude is using that at a speed that I have not even known existed. Like, we were in like one of the main offices just chatting with like the general manager, and you know, it was like super dead at that point, and so we're just kind of chilling there for a couple of minutes, and this dude, I kind of peek over at his phone, and he's on Tinder, and he fucking scrolled through, like, dead serious, like 50 people in like 20 seconds. And maybe not even, it may have been like 10 seconds. I mean, it was just like, I'm just like, holy shit. Like, how do you even see who you're even talking to? Or not talking to, but how can you even see who you're even looking at before you make a judgment on it? Like, that is some serious trained eye. It's either that or he's just going at random and seeing, you know, just what happens. You know, who knows? But yeah, it's been overall, it's been a really cool experience. Like, if nothing else, if I end up, you know, just totally bombing this thing and it ends up not being for me somewhere down the road, at least I'll have learned a lot of cool ass things about BMW cars, and like they legit are one of, if not like the best. You know, well, I wouldn't say they're necessarily the best all around, but they are definitely the best in a lot of categories for a car manufacturer. BMW is fucking nuts. Like, I've seen a lot of side-by-side comparisons with some of their models compared to things like Lexus and Mercedes and Audi and a number of others, and like they stack up. Like they're beating the shit out of some people in some major areas. And it's awesome. Like it's really cool. Like I'm seriously considering. Obviously, we're probably gonna get an SUV through them because they've got a lot of things that we want, and obviously I get a cool discount from working for them for it. So I mean that'll definitely help. But I'm thinking, because obviously I want to get another car too, because I'll be trading in the Lexus at some point because it's definitely up there. I'm thinking about maybe getting like a 3 Series or something, because they're just gorgeous. I drove a 330i today, a 2019 330i, and it was just, it handled just like fucking just melted butter, man. It was so good. If melted butter had 4 wheels and about 300 or 400 horsepower. I think the one that I drove was God, I think it was like one of the M models. We had just gotten them in, and thing's got some power in it. I don't think it has 400 horsepower though, but still, it's got a lot. It definitely had some giddy up square in the ass there, and it was moving. The only thing, it's a really weird feature, and I'm just going nuts on car stuff right now, but I'm playing a game with cars in it, so it's fucking relevant. Don't get off my shit. And this is something that a lot of cars have. I didn't even know that it even really existed until I started doing this. But there's a lot of cars have auto start and stop functions where, like, if you pull up to like a traffic light or something, the car will turn off the engine. Just like temporarily. It'll just turn the engine off, and then as soon as you want to go, you just put your foot on the gas and it turns the engine back on and you go. And that's fucking weird. I mean, they use it as a measure of saving gas, obviously, but have I done this track yet? Why does this track not seem familiar for some reason? Obviously, I'm pretty sure I've done it, but maybe I haven't done it in this orientation. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, calm yourself there, buddy. Good lord. Okay, there we go. That was a weird section. But yeah, dude, that auto start stop function is fucking weird, and like, it's not always on. Like, if you put your car into like like performance or sport driving mode, it stays off. But to me, that seems weird. Like, I feel like constantly having the engine turning on and off like that would eventually strain your starter. But I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that. I mean, I don't feel like they would have innovated a feature like that if it's going to potentially reduce the lifespan of your car. But it was a really weird thing, because I was out driving, one of the manager's like personal cars, going and doing like some running a couple of errands and stuff, and he had me take out this X4 M40i, and it was the first car that I drove that had that feature on it. And I went and pulled up to my first stoplight, and the engine fucking turned off, and I was like, uh-oh. What the hell? Because I hadn't learned about this yet. Not all of these cars have that function in it. So when I got around to that and it died, I was like, oh shit. What the fuck happened, man? This is not good. And then I started, tapping on the gas. I was like, this thing needs to get going. And all of a sudden it like fired back up and it started driving. I was like, what the fuck happened? I was like, oh, auto start and stop. That's what they meant by that. I was kind of unsure what they were really getting at with that whole thing, and then I learned. But yeah, it was a weird thing. Luckily, it's a feature that you can disable if you don't want to have it on. And I think that as it's gone on around, and I've driven more cars that have that feature, I actually feel better about it when I don't have it on. Just for the purpose of it not freaking me out. And I feel like it's just, I don't know. I feel like when you hit the gas and it turns back on, like the car is a little bit jerky. when that happens. At least that was kind of my experience with one of these cars today. It was like super jerky when it would come out of that mode. Otherwise, it was fine. It was amazing. But yeah, that's just that's kind of been my experience though so far. It's just been an absolute just avalanche of information. But it's been a lot of really cool experiences though, and I've met some cool people. So I mean, it's definitely been a pretty positive thing so far. And I've still been, popping into Salem Health Foods here and there. I actually went in there just yesterday for a couple moments. I had to grab some money for gas, and I was able to actually help a couple customers really quick as I was, up there. They had a couple of questions that Jamie couldn't answer, and so I was just, I gave them a quick answer for it, and they were like, hey, how you doing? Because they were a couple of my old regulars. And it was, I don't know, it was a really nice moment to, have them be there, and they congratulated me on my new job, and they're like, oh, it's really weird, coming in here and you're not here. It's, I'm coming here for the last, 10 plus years, and you've always been here, and it's really weird seeing you not here. I was like, I know, but you'll see me popping in every once in a while. And they're like, well, really quick, they're like, do you have a second? And I was like, yeah, I got a quick minute. They're like, well, we have a quick question for you about something. And so I was able to kind of dial back the clock for a minute and help a customer. And it was really nice. It was kind of like getting like a little shot in the arm of getting my health food store fix. So yeah, it was cool. But yeah, other than that, it's been great. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm still here. I mean, just because I've started this new job and I'm doing something else now does not mean that I have thrown in the towel on doing this, because I love this channel way too much to ever stop doing this. And so it's been such a hectic last 10 days or so, or really a couple weeks, that I haven't had any time to get in here and play anything. But alas, now I'm here. So I will always try to fit stuff in as often as I can. Take that sentence for what you will, because that could be taken a couple of ways. That's probably uncomfortable for some. But I'll always try to fit getting some content up here as often as I can. But obviously, as you guys know, I am super busy, and so I'm not always gonna have that availability. But you guys always know, and for those of you that have been around this channel long enough, you know that life does happen. But I always try to get in here and get stuff going for you guys, because a thing that really makes me happy is making you guys happy. So that's what we're here for. 69 bonus cars. All right, well, with that said, my friends, I think we're going to stop right here. I didn't realize we kind of ran into full time here. So as it goes, I'm going to go get something to eat, because I took my lunch today and there was no lunch actually involved. So I'm fucking starving. And I think I got some leftover Chinese food. Oh, yes. I've got sweet and sour pork. I've got pork chow mein, and I have egg foo young, which if you've never had egg foo young before, oh my god, it's so good. It's Chinese meatloaf in like this special gravy, and oh, fuck me, it is so good. So, when we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Gran Turismo 3, the Ultimate Driving Simulator, we'll have stuff to talk about, because I have stuff to talk about, generally, and we're gonna finish off the final rally events, because there's only 2 left. We've finally almost polished this whole thing off, and so we'll do the last 2 of these. We'll have the prize that comes with, and then we'll move on. We'll go back into the professional league, and we'll work on some more super long marathon events, because all those things are fucking crazy. So, with that said, my friends, this is your host, LovelyCheesePizza, saying thank you guys for watching. It feels great to be back, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. I'm gonna go take this damn tie off.